The subway to hell, real urban exploration nightmare. Beneath the pulsating heart of the city, a labyrinth of darkness lies forgotten, a network of abandoned subway tunnels where the echoes of the past mingle with the whispers of the unseen. Tonight, dear viewers, we embark on a journey into these subterranean depths, following a group of urban explorers who seek thrills in the unknown. But beware, for the tunnels hold secrets darker than the shadows that cloak them, secrets that will test the limits of human endurance and sanity. Alex, a seasoned urban explorer with a thirst for the forbidden, leads his crew, the fiery Samantha, tech-savvy David, and hesitant newcomer, Rachel, into the belly of the beast. Armed with headlamps and cameras, they descend into the abandoned tunnels, their laughter echoing off the damp walls. This is going to be epic. Samantha's voice crackles over their radios, her excitement palpable. The air is thick with the scent of rust and decay, a symphony of dripping water and distant rumbles. The graffiti-covered walls seem to whisper warnings, their cryptic messages hinting at the horrors that lurk in the darkness. The explorers stumble upon a section of tunnel sealed off from the main network. A rusted sign, barely legible, identifies it as the Roosevelt Line, a forgotten relic of a bygone era. Curiosity piqued, Alex urges the group forward, eager to uncover the secrets of this lost line. "Let's see what ghosts we can awaken," he says with a grin, oblivious to the danger that awaits them. As they venture further into the Roosevelt Line, the atmosphere grows oppressive. The air thickens, the temperature drops, and the sound of dripping water intensifies, each drop like a hammer blow on their frayed nerves. Rachel, the least experienced of the group, begins to feel an unsettling presence. A chill runs down her spine, and she feels the weight of unseen eyes upon her. "Guys, I don't like this," she whispers, her voice trembling. "Can we turn back?" But her pleas are ignored. The others, blinded by their thirst for adventure, press on, their headlamps cutting through the darkness like feeble beacons. Unbeknownst to them, a shadow lurks in the distance, a grotesque figure with eyes that glow like embers in the darkness. It watches them, its twisted grin widening with each step they take towards their doom. The group descends deeper into the Roosevelt Line, the tracks disappearing into an abyss of darkness. The air grows thick with a palpable sense of dread, each echoing drip of water a metronome of impending doom. As they round a bend, they are met with a blood-curdling scream, a sound so raw and primal that it chills them to the bone. The scream seems to come from everywhere and nowhere, reverberating through the tunnels and seeping into their very souls. "What was that?" David cries, his voice a mere squeak compared to the chilling echo. Panic grips the group as they frantically search for the source of the scream. Their lights dance wildly, revealing nothing but the graffiti-marred walls and the endless stretch of track. The scream repeats, closer this time, a desperate wail that seems to beckon them deeper into the darkness. The explorers stumble upon an abandoned subway station, its platform shrouded in shadows, its mosaics depicting scenes of urban life now faded and grotesque. A sign above the tracks reads South Ferry, a once bustling hub, now a forgotten tomb. "This is creepy," Samantha whispers, her bravado fading as she takes in the scene. "Let's get out of here." But Alex, ever the thrill seeker, is determined to explore further. He leads the group down onto the platform, their footsteps echoing eerily in the silence. As they reach the end of the platform, they are greeted by a chilling sight. A figure standing motionless by the edge of the tracks, its back turned to them. "Hello," Alex calls out, his voice hesitant. The figure doesn't move. It simply stands there, a silent sentinel in the darkness. Slowly, it turns to face them, revealing a face that is both familiar and utterly terrifying. It is the face of a man, but his eyes are hollow sockets, his skin stretched taut over a skeletal frame. A chilling grin splits his face, revealing rows of jagged teeth. The figure lunges at them, its emaciated limbs moving with surprising speed. The explorers scatter, their screams echoing through the station as they desperately try to escape. But the creature is relentless, its bony fingers reaching out to grasp them, its hollow laughter filling the air. It seems to glide effortlessly over the tracks, its movements defying the laws of gravity. "Run," Alex yells, his voice filled with panic. "Run for your lives." The group races back through the tunnels, their hearts pounding in their chests. The ghoul pursues them, its laughter growing louder, its bony fingers reaching out to snatch them from the darkness. The explorers scatter into the labyrinthine tunnels, their cries swallowed by the darkness. Samantha finds herself alone, her heart pounding in her chest. The ghoul's laughter echoes around her, a chilling reminder of its relentless pursuit. As she sprints through the tunnels, the graffiti on the walls seems to twist and contort, the images growing more grotesque and disturbing. A sense of disorientation washes over her, each turn leading her deeper into the maze of madness. "Guys, where are you?" she cries into her radio, her voice laced with panic. Silence. Only the dripping of water and the distant echo of her own ragged breaths answer her call. David, his camera still rolling, finds himself trapped in a dead-end tunnel. The ghoul's footsteps approach, its raspy breath hot against his neck. He turns to face his pursuer, the camera capturing the creature's horrifying visage in stark detail. Its skeletal face leers at him, its hollow eyes burning with a malevolent light. "Get away from me," David screams, his voice barely a whisper. But it's too late. The ghoul lunges, its bony fingers digging into David's flesh. The camera falls to the ground, its lens capturing a final, distorted image of the creature's triumphant grin before the screen goes black. Alex and Rachel, their bond forged in the crucible of terror, huddle together in a hidden alcove. They listen in horror as the ghoul's laughter echoes through the tunnels, its footsteps growing fainter as it savors its latest kill. "We have to get out of here," Rachel whispers, her voice trembling. "We can't stay here and die." But Alex has a different idea. He believes that the ghoul is not simply a mindless monster, but a guardian of the Roosevelt line, a spirit protecting its secrets from the living. "We need to appease it," he says, his voice filled with a strange determination. "We need to offer it a sacrifice." Rachel stares at him in horror. "What are you talking about?" she asks. "We have to give it what it wants," Alex replies, a dark gleam in his eyes. "We have to give it one of us." A chilling silence descends upon the alcove as the implications of Alex's words sink in. Rachel's eyes widen in disbelief, her breath catching in her throat. "No," she whispers, "you can't be serious." But Alex is unwavering. He sees this as their only chance for survival, a desperate gamble in a game of life and death. "It's the only way," he insists. "One of us has to sacrifice themselves so that the other can escape." A tense standoff ensues, their fear and desperation fueling a conflict between self-preservation and loyalty. In the end, a decision is made, a pact with darkness sealed with a trembling hand and a whispered prayer. In the suffocating silence of the alcove, a coin is flipped, its glint a cruel mockery of hope. Fate, it seems, has chosen Rachel. Tears stream down her face as Alex embraces her, his voice a hoarse whisper. "I'm sorry," he chokes out, "but this is the only way." Rachel, her resolve hardening, nods in acceptance. She steps out of the alcove, her headlamp illuminating the path ahead. The ghoul's laughter echoes closer, a symphony of anticipation. As the creature emerges from the shadows, its skeletal hand reaching for her, Rachel closes her eyes and braces for the inevitable. But instead of pain, she feels a strange warmth, a comforting embrace. When Rachel opens her eyes, she finds herself standing in a different part of the tunnel, the ghoul nowhere in sight. The air is warmer, the silence less oppressive. She stumbles upon a hidden chamber, its walls adorned with intricate carvings and strange symbols. In the center of the room, a spectral figure shimmers, its form barely visible in the dim light. "You have been chosen," the figure whispers, its voice a gentle breeze. "You are the key to unlocking the secrets of the Roosevelt line." Rachel, bewildered and terrified, listens as the figure reveals the truth behind the ghoul and the forgotten tunnels. The Roosevelt line was not merely a failed transportation project. It was a gateway to another realm, a place where the boundaries between life and death blurred. The ghoul, it explains, is a guardian, a protector of the delicate balance between the two worlds. It only attacks those who seek to exploit the tunnels for their own selfish gain. The spectral figure instructs Rachel on how to appease the ghoul and safely navigate the Roosevelt line. It is a ritual of passage, a test of her courage and compassion. Rachel, armed with newfound knowledge and a glimmer of hope, sets out to find Alex. She retraces her steps, the whispers of the damned guiding her through the labyrinthine tunnels. She finds Alex cowering in the abandoned station, his face pale and his eyes filled with terror. He is relieved to see her, but his guilt is palpable. "I thought I had lost you," he whispers, his voice choked with emotion. Rachel explains what she has learned, the truth behind the ghoul and the tunnels. Alex listens in stunned silence, his arrogance replaced by a newfound humility. Together, they perform the ritual, their voices echoing through the station as they offer a heartfelt apology to the ghoul. The creature appears before them, its skeletal face softening as it accepts their offering. With the ghoul's blessing, Rachel and Alex navigate the Roosevelt line, their path illuminated by the spectral figure's guidance. They encounter the ghosts of those who perished in the tunnels, their stories a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurk beneath the city's skin. Finally, they emerge from the darkness, blinking in the harsh sunlight. They have survived the ordeal, forever changed by their encounter with the supernatural. The chamber is dimly lit, the air heavy with a scent of dampness and decay. Strange symbols etched into the walls pulse with an eerie luminescence. The spectral figure, a woman in a tattered conductor's uniform, turns to face them. Her eyes, though hollow, seem to pierce through their souls. "I am Elena," the figure whispers, her voice a haunting echo. "The last conductor of the Roosevelt line. I've been waiting for you." Elena recounts the tragic tale of the line's final journey, a catastrophic accident that claimed the lives of all aboard. The subway car, filled with passengers, plunged into the darkness, never to be seen again. "They are still down there," Elena says, her voice laced with sorrow. Lost souls trapped in an endless loop of torment. They seek release, but they are bound to this place by their unfinished journey. Elena reveals that the ghoul is not their enemy, but a twisted guardian, protecting the lost souls from those who would disturb their eternal rest. "You must help them," she pleads. "You must complete their journey." Alex and Rachel, their hearts filled with a newfound purpose, agree to help. Elena guides them to a hidden platform, where a spectral subway car materializes from the darkness. Its windows are dark, its interior filled with the ghostly figures of the passengers who perished so long ago. With a deep breath, they board the train, their hearts pounding as the doors hiss shut. The train lurches forward, plunging them into the unknown depths of the Roosevelt line. The train hurtles through the tunnels, the scenery outside the windows a kaleidoscope of shifting images. The past and present blur together as the explorers witness glimpses of the line's history, construction workers toiling in the dim light, flappers dancing in the roaring 20s, soldiers returning home from war. "It's like we're traveling through time," Rachel whispers, her voice filled with awe and trepidation. As the train speeds deeper into the darkness, the ghostly passengers become more agitated. Their whispers turn to cries, their faces contorted in agony. They reach out to Alex and Rachel, their spectral hands pleading for help. "We need to find the end of the line," Alex says, his voice determined. "We need to break the cycle." The train screeches to a halt in a cavernous chamber, its walls lined with skeletal remains and forgotten artifacts. A gaping hole in the ground marks the end of the line, a bottomless abyss that seems to suck the very life from the air. The ghostly passengers surge towards the abyss, their cries reaching a fever pitch. "This is it," Elena whispers, her voice filled with sorrow. "This is where their journey ends." Alex and Rachel exchange a fearful glance. The abyss yawns before them, a maw of darkness that seems to hunger for the living. The spectral passengers, their faces twisted in anguish, begin to leap into the void, their screams echoing in the cavernous chamber. "What's happening?" Rachel cries, her voice barely audible over the din. "They're trying to complete their journey. Alex explains, his voice grim. They're trying to find peace. The last of the spectral passengers disappears into the abyss, leaving behind a haunting silence. The train, its purpose seemingly fulfilled, begins to fade, its form dissolving into the darkness. But as the train vanishes, the ground beneath them trembles. A deep, guttural growl rises from the abyss, a sound that chills them to the bone. The ground splits open, revealing a monstrous creature emerging from the depths. Its body is a grotesque fusion of flesh and metal, its eyes burning with an infernal light. "We have disturbed its slumber," Eleanor's voice whispers in their minds. "The guardian of the abyss has awakened." The creature lunges, its claws scraping against the stone floor, its breath hot and fetid. Alex and Rachel scramble to their feet, their hearts pounding in their chests as they realize the true danger they face. Alex and Rachel flee, their legs pumping as they race through the tunnels. The creature's roars echo behind them, a terrifying symphony of rage and hunger. They stumble and fall, scraping their knees and hands on the rough concrete. But they dare not stop, for the beast is closing in, its claws reaching out to claim them. They reach a junction, 3 tunnels branching off in different directions. "Which way?" Rachel gasps, her voice barely a whisper. Alex, his mind racing, makes a split-second decision. He points to the leftmost tunnel. "This way," he shouts, grabbing Rachel's hand and pulling her along. They sprint down the tunnel, their breath coming in ragged gasps. The creature's roars fade into the distance, replaced by a deafening silence. As they round a bend, they come to an abrupt halt. The tunnel ends in a solid wall, a dead end. "No," Rachel whispers, her voice filled with despair. The creature's footsteps echo behind them, growing louder with each passing second. They are trapped, cornered like rats in a maze. The creature emerges from the darkness, its eyes burning with triumph. Alex, desperate, pushes Rachel behind him. "Run," he shouts. "I'll hold it off." Rachel hesitates, but Alex's unwavering gaze convinces her. She turns and flees, her heart breaking as she hears Alex's screams of defiance. Rachel stumbles through the tunnels, tears streaming down her face. She knows Alex is gone, his sacrifice buying her precious time. As she rounds a corner, a familiar figure appears before her. Eleanor, the spectral conductor. "He did what was necessary," Eleanor says, her voice gentle but firm. "He fulfilled his promise to the lost souls." Eleanor leads Rachel to a hidden exit, a glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. "Remember this night," Eleanor whispers as Rachel emerges onto a deserted street, "and never forget the sacrifices made in the darkness." Rachel returns to the surface, forever scarred by her experience. She tells her story, warning others of the dangers that lurk beneath the city's skin. The Roosevelt line remains sealed, a tomb for the damned, a reminder of the darkness that lies just beneath the surface of our reality. The Nightmare Maestro concludes his symphony, leaving you with a chilling question: what lurks beneath the surface of your reality? Are you brave enough to face the darkness that awaits? Subscribe for more chilling tales from the Nightmare Maestro.